I forgot to add my screen. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our sales training. I'm going to wait for everyone to tune in. Um, Let me just see quickly, and also I'll let everyone on my device know, on my other device or my social media, know that I am live. We are live. Let us go ahead and share with. Let us go ahead and share with everyone. Mm. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Uh, Sorry about this. I'm just trying to accept a few friends' request because there are people. Or let me rather share the screen. Let me rather share the screen on my. There we go. There we go. Good morning. Good morning, Vivian. Great to see you. Welcome, my leader. I'm so happy to see you. You never miss any trainings, and I love that so much about you. Hi, Mr. Richard. Welcome all the way from the USA. Welcome. Let's go ahead and share on our social networks, on our pages. Let's let everyone know that we are live. We are doing this. It is Wednesday, my favorite day of the week. Let us go ahead and share. Good morning, STV. So great to see you. You've been busy. Really great to see you. Welcome, my leadership. Welcome, SG. If we can go ahead and share on our statuses or on our social platforms or social networks, let everyone know that we are here. We are being empowered. We are on our sales training on a Wednesday. This carries on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. South African time. Let's go ahead and share. Hi, Julia. Welcome. Welcome. So great to see you. I'm going to wait for 2 or 3 other people to greet me. Then we can go ahead with our trainings. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys are excited as I am. It's been a hectic week. Oh, Nelina, welcome. Great to see you. Hi, Gatse. Is it Gatse or Gatse? I hope I'm saying it right. Welcome all the way from Ghana. Welcome. So great to see you. All right, without wasting any time, my name, for those who don't know me, my name is Zipho Nokambula. The stock is all the way from the Eastern Cape. I am a sales coach within the Longrich Network TV. I'm so excited to be here. And as I've just said, the Wednesdays have become my favorite days because I can see the results of what these trainings that we are doing bring about to ourselves, to our fellow partners, or to our other network marketers. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. So, what is the topic today? What is the topic today? What are we talking about today? Remember last week, if I can just take you through what we spoke about, we were talking about when and where to establish the buyer's confidence. So, excuse me. So I said this week we're going to carry on that because there are a few things that we left out that we didn't speak about. Hi, Zovuyo. Welcome from Graskop. Welcome. So great to see you. Hi, Favor. Welcome. So great to see you. All right. So we said we spoke about how prospects don't buy if they lack the confidence on your product. We spoke about the prime selling opportunities to establish, the buyer's confidence that is in the networking situation. The Longrich band of cosmetics series, how they've been awarded the Chinese well-known trademark. We were talking about the things that help us or assist us in building our confidence, thereby winning the buyer's confidence. So I thought, hi, Antoinette, welcome. Goeiedag, Antoinette. Ek is baie bly om jou te sien. Welcome. I'm getting great at my Afrikaans. Welcome. So great to see you, Tito. All right. So we are continuing for those who haven't joined our trainings. If it's your first time, please just be aware that the trainings are recorded on our Longrich Network TV. So you can always go back and refer. You can always empower yourself at your own time so that we don't leave you behind. When I'm doing my trainings, I always say that we are preparing for the takeoff. We are preparing to fly. We want want to produce the A salespeople or the A network marketers. All right. So there are things or there are procedures or processes that are in place that we need to follow. All right. So we are still at the crawling stages, but for those that have been, with me throughout when we started these trainings, when it was still on the Ignite live trainings, I'm sure now they are starting to walk. They are starting to take those baby steps. So I hope it's going to do the same thing for you guys, for those that have just joined us. All right. Without wasting any time, still talking about the establishing the buyer's confidence, right? We're focusing on physically involving the prospect as this brings more sales. All right. We are talking about involving your prospect during the selling process, when you are dealing with them. All right. How involved is your prospect when you make a presentation or when you do a presentation? Be it the presentation of the structure of the actual business, or be it the presentation of the product that you have. How involved is your prospect? All right. As a salesperson, you need to get the prospect involved from the early stages of your selling processes. For an example, when you are selling something tangible, you need to be able to let your client, what do they call it, a tactile involvement, where they can touch and feel what you are having, all right, what you are producing to them. I know some of you might be wondering, how do you actually, get them involved into the sales process? So as I've just said, now with your tactile involvement, basically letting your client touch and feel the product that you have, that gives them, that leads to them, to the feeling of ownership. It's not easy for a person, once they've touched or felt what you are selling, it's not easy for them to bring it back to you, all right, or to give it back to you. So that is why it's always important to let the client touch and feel. I know some people, they think when you are selling a product, a cosmetic, or a supplement or whatever. Hello, good morning, Alan, so great to see you. Good morning, Kati. I know a lot of people, they overlook the importance of this, especially when dealing with the product. They always think it's only necessary when you are selling an asset, because I always say to people, whatever you are selling, no matter how small it is or how big it is, the selling process remains the same. The selling process remains the same. All right. Say value on the comment box if I'm adding value to you right now. Say value on the comment box. I want to see if I'm not that I'm not leaving you behind. Hi, Tanya. Welcome. So great to see you. Say value on the comment box. I just want to see that I am not leaving you behind. All right. The selling process is the same. The selling process is the same. Be it you selling, hi Esti Tandega, so great to see you. Be it you selling something, no matter how small you think what you have is, all right. When you are going, I always say to the people as well, to add value to you, when you are dealing with the person, when you are dealing with the prospect, always treat yourself as the customer. Always treat that prospect like you would want to be treated. When you're purchasing a vehicle, they let you touch and feel. They let you test drive the vehicle. They let you, when they're doing the demonstration, when you are buying a home, they let you come in, view the home or the property that you are interested in. So what changes when it comes to our products? What changes when it comes to our products? The selling process is the same. You need to offer them the product while they take the product and looking at it. You just carry on giving them the benefits and how it can be. And the choice of words, we spoke about this. The choice of words that you use is also very important. When you are addressing the customer, you can say things like, how this toothpaste can be helpful to you. You're already giving them that sense of ownership. You're already telling them that you are buying this, it's yours. Then you carry on and say the benefits. And then the other thing that that I find that I've been doing when I'm exhibiting, while the person is touching, let's say in this example, in this scenario, you've given them a toothpaste to touch and feel. when they are busy looking at it, I know that they are thinking, should I buy, should I not, is it worth it? And then quickly what I do, I would take a product that goes or that works well with the toothpaste. I will quickly reach out for from my mouth freshener. I will quickly reach out for, hi Justin, welcome. I will quickly reach out for my mouth freshener, and then I would carry on with the benefits of the mouth freshener. I guarantee you, if they don't have enough money, they will get one of the cheaper products, or they will get both. If they say no, they really do not have money. Say value to that scenario. Say value to that in scenario on the comment box. And I hope this is something that you're going to put into practice. This is something that you're going to use. I've done it a lot of times where I would sell and talk about the benefits of my Pentiliner. Then I will reach out for my brown tea, and then I would explain, and then 190% of the time they will buy both products. But if they don't have the money, they will obviously choose something that is cheaper, or they will come back for another product. All right. And then also, um when you are presenting a product, right, be it a product or be it a presentation, remember, we are in a business of duplicating ourselves, right? We are in a business of duplicating ourselves. So when you are doing a presentation, all right, when you are doing a presentation to an audience, be it one person, be it a group of people, these are the things that you need to focus on, right? When we are saying that you need to get your prospect involved in what you are doing, let me tell you, leaders, what I found out when I've attended presentations. Standing in front and doing or giving the whole presentation without involving the audience, then you quickly lose them. People, they don't have, I forgot, I actually read about it, the time frame of your focus, like how how quickly you can get distracted when someone is talking to you, or when someone is presenting something to you, especially when it's on the slides format. All right, so this is also something that I need us to look out for when we are doing our presentations. We need to involve our audience, right? I've attended presentations where a structure is explained, and then the presenter will grab the people from the audience. That way people, they feel like they are part of this, right? They feel that they are part of this. And then when you are doing a one-on-one presentation, let's say you're walking into someone's office, you are doing the presentation, ask them to help, by plugging your laptop, if you're going to do the presentation on the laptop, by asking them for a pen, a stupid thing like that. That helps you also to relax. It helps you also to relax. It helps you also to get into the to get comfortable with, because I don't care how many times you've done the presentations or who you are, but when you're going to speak to someone that you don't know, or when you're going to speak to the audience that you don't know nothing about, you do get nervous. And the only way that's gonna help you break out from that nervousness is by you actually, breaking the ice. We've spoken about this as well. Breaking the ice before you speak to your client. Share a joke that you're gonna laugh at or enjoy, right? And also, when you're having your prospect physically involved, that is the most important aspect in the presentation, because you let them lead the demonstration, even though you have control, even though you are in control. But by you letting them lead the demonstration, you are actually telling them they are in control, and you're gonna see, you're gonna look for the buying signals. You're going to look for that buyer's confidence in the way they respond to what you are saying, right? By the questions that they ask, by the exclamations that they ask. I know that we've got our favorite demo that we use when we're doing our presentations, that takes that takes the lead, that takes the clients or the customers or the prospects attention, when we're doing our pads, our sanitary napkin, our sanitary towels. When we're doing that demonstration, I do it on my exhibitions as well. Remember we said we are more than just salespeople. We are delivering service. We are building relationships. So when I've got my box there with my different types of sanitary towels, and the ones that is obviously not ours, to show them, this is what you are purchasing, this is what you are using, but look at what we have at Longrich. Look at what we have at Longrich, and then you carry on and do the benefits. They will buy your sanitary towel. And also the pie cup. The pie cup, I also always have it on my exhibition stands. Everything that I use, my sanitizer, especially now, that we are expected to carry or use the sanitizers all the time. Carry it on your exhibitions, and also the hand cream. The hand cream, that is also another thing that I sell a lot of, because my hand cream is always there. And when immediately I apply my sanitizer, obviously they have to sanitize before they touch my products, right? Immediately I go for the hand cream. I tell them, and my hands are also beautiful, they clean. I tell them, this is what I use, this is the sanitizer that I use, the hand cream that I use. It helps to get your nails lighter. What I like about this hand cream, it penetrates through your skin. It's not oily, but I'm saying all these benefits while applying it on them, while giving them a small portion. And then when they're rubbing their hands against each other, the next question is, how much is it? So believe it or not, by using the tactile involvement, by letting your clients or your prospect touch and feel, that is going to increase your sales, that is going to increase your revenue. And also we've got a nice traveling kit that we have. I've got a lot of those. I buy those, and it's for my demonstrations. If someone doesn't have money, I take out, hi Precious, welcome all the way from Namibia, great to see you. I take out, we've got a nice small toothpaste there. I take it out and then I give it to my prospect, and they surely come back to purchase. I know sometimes we don't have a lot of money to be buying, a whole lot of products, but I want to give you this tip. I want to give you this tip tonight or today, when we are having the demos, the promos, when we are having the promos from the factory, where they tell us buy 3 get 1 free, buy 2 get 1 free, buy this get 1 free, please save some for your personal use and save some for the demonstrations. It really, really helps. It really, really helps. I know we are about sales, we are about profits, but this is the advice that I want to give you as well tonight, that the business, you need to invest in your business. You need to invest in your business, and that is part of investing. Don't always look to gain from the business. Don't always look to gain. Be willing to lose some, because when you are losing some, you are gaining more clientele. You are gaining more referrals. You are gaining more, a future client, a future customer. They might not have the money now to do the exchange, but they will definitely come back to you or refer to you. I've had a lot of clients, sorry, excuse me, I've had a lot of clients that would actually refer even before they purchase the product. Even before they purchase the product, because remember what we always say, people buy you and they will know you through your service. They will know you through what you have to offer before they actually purchase your product. All right, so through the selling process, we've said that while you're explaining the business, also with ideas and questions, ask open questions to determine how interested the customer is, right? Open closed questions. I've given you a scenario of this in the past. I'm going to make an example about about a Spur, where I used to work. Welcome, Antoinette. She's one of the managers from the Spur franchise. When I used to work there, when you're asking open-ended questions, or when you're giving the customer choices, they will always choose something. I was taught that when you're offering a sauce to a client, don't say, would you like a monkey glen sauce to go with that? Offer the two special sauce that would go with the burger, or that would go with the steak. Offer them, give them the choices between the two. They will definitely choose one. All right, so that's the other way to actually get your customer to say yes to one of the products that you have. And also the other thing, when we are saying closed questions, start involving them. How do you see yourself using this toothpaste? Do you think you're going to get your kids to use it as well? You're already giving them that sense of ownership, that it's theirs. You are planting to them, it's yours. How are you going to use it? And I've had a lot of people, especially the older mummies, where they would say, yo, no, this one, I'm putting it away in my cupboard. They were not going to use it. I'm going to buy them the cheaper ones, or the cheaper brand, and we laugh about it. That is part of the the selling process, always having and bringing about humor into the selling process, or into the business. Say value. If I'm adding value to your to this sorry, if I'm adding value onto you, type value on the comment box. Type a value on the comment box. All right, now moving right along. Hi Luleka, welcome, great to see you. um Moving right along, I want to focus a little bit on when we're doing the presentations, because now the gates are open. There's no more lockdown. We're gonna fire with the presentations, and I wanna empower a lot of you. Right, I want to empower a lot of you by saying, don't think down on yourselves. Don't think down on yourselves. Don't think because you are not a diamond 6 or a diamond 7 or an SD, you can't do a presentation. Hi Tula, welcome. I started doing my presentations when I was a diamond 1, actually a pre-diamond. I started doing my presentations, but I chose my clientele, and I chose the way I was doing it, right? Because I wanted to be comfortable. Okay. So remember, when you are bringing about a new presentation to an audience, you are the one that is in control. You are the one that knows more about what you are bringing to them. Okay. So, as much as knowledge is power, and knowledge is one of the important aspects when you are doing your presentation, right? But don't be scared to fumble going forward, right? Don't be scared to fumble going forward, but start bit by bit. You know what we always say, how you eat an elephant, you eat it piece by piece. Start by doing presentation for 1 or 2 people. Spare 100 rands, take them out to a restaurant, or even invite them to your office if you've got an office, or invite yourself to their office, where you don't need to spend money. And then you do your presentation. Then, when you are doing your presentation, you get them involved. And then, once you've got them involved, at the end of your presentation, always ask. But this time, you would have picked up your buyer's confidence. You would have picked up the buyer's signal. Right? You would have picked it up already by the time you are at the closing stage of your presentation. And you're going to see this by the questions that they ask. You're going to see them. Like a lot of people, the popular question would be, so how much is it to start this business? Even though you've touched on it during your presentation, they would ask this. For me, this is a buying signal. Then I would go back and say, Mr. Customer, remember I mentioned about my promo. Remember I mentioned about the different levels that you've got within our business. So this is what you need to do if you want to partner. These are the amounts, right? Without restricting them. Okay, that way you're giving them flexibility. That way you already got a buying signal that, you know what, this client is going to sign. And also, after your presentation, don't be scared when they tell you no, even if you don't do it immediately, even if you don't do it immediately, maybe after an hour, 2 hours, or even a day after, and you can ask them, what did you think of my presentation? Where do you think I went wrong? There's nothing wrong to ask that. Instead, people are loving you. People are falling in love with the passion that you're showing in what you are doing. And then the only thing that you can do after that, you just make sure that you're polishing your skill. You do not repeat the same mistake. You just polish you polish your presentation, and then you just don't repeat the same mistake. Now, I want to take you through the slideshows that people use when they are doing presentations. The slideshow, some people, they say it's stupidity. When you are doing presentations on PowerPoint or on slideshows that were not invented by you. Is it you on the slideshow, leaders? Is it you or it's not? Right? Because the reason for this, when you are not owning the PowerPoint presentation or not owning that slideshow, it is very easy for you to get derailed. It is very easy for you to lose your momentum. It is very easy for you to lose yourself within that presentation. So, leaders, I want to challenge us to start creating our own PowerPoint or our own slideshow presentations. That way, you've got confidence. Even if you lose yourself or something or someone distracts you, it's easy for you to get back on it because you are presenting something that was presented by you. The company has got their own presentation. The company has got their own structure. And it is a structure that doesn't change, that is used globally. But find it within that structure to have things that personally talk about you, with things that personally present who Zippo is. Do you understand? You need to have things that present who Onalena is. Don't go about having a 20 or 30 page slide or PowerPoint presentation that you're going to bore people with. Have humor in between. You know, have involve your audience in between. When you are moving from a different segment to another segment, it is okay to have a different person there. It is okay to have, one of your business partners that just joined the business. Give them a task. I do that. The last presentation I had, my one of the leaders, I didn't even know that she can MC so well. She didn't even know herself that she can do MCing so well. I said, you know what? I'm not looking at the top. Let me look at the people that I want to empower. Great leaders raise leaders. Great leaders raise leaders. Type that on the comment box if it's adding value to you. Great leaders empower, they produce leaders. All right. So I asked one of my leaders, I said, you know what? Do the emceeing. The emceeing, what does emceeing entail? You introducing people, and the way she was confident, the way she carried on and shared jokes to get the audience involved, I was amazed. Even herself was amazed at herself that she can actually do that. Get someone to do a demonstration, get someone else to do a lucky draw, get someone else to do, something else. Don't always look at the top. Look at the people at the bottom, the leaders that you want to groom, the leaders that you want to pull through. Don't always take the shine. That is another tip that I want to give you on your presentations, because when you are involving people, ne, not only you are empowering them, you are also taking the load off your shoulders. Right? You are also taking the load off your shoulders. Say now you're wanting to do a presentation with your team, and then suddenly something happens. Another person can take over. right? Another person can take over. Don't always want to take the spotlight, you know. By you empowering them, you say, you know what, go ahead. Isn't it we are saying we are leaders in our business? Isn't it we are saying we were producing leaders by the mere fact that you've signed up one person? So how are we expected to grow in our spaces if we are not involved in the things that are happening in our business, in our presentations? How are we expected to fly? We are saying we are preparing and empowering each other for a takeoff, for a takeoff. We are preparing each other for a takeoff. Those are the things that I need you to please focus on when you are expanding your business. All right. So on the slideshows that you are doing, um, remind your people, of an old joke in between. It's not wrong to do that. Okay. All right. Oh, yes. All right. So, what I want to talk about now, enough about about my rent. Here's the solutions. I want to give you the 16 elements. There's more. Remember, I always say there's always different ways that we are doing the business, but the foundation, right? The foundation is the same. The process is the same, even though we can twist and turn. But if you've got the stable foundation, which is the sales process or the selling process, that is one or that is common. If you stick to that, then you can introduce the other things. All right. So I'm going to share with you the elements to look for or to look out for. You include, or when you excluding your PowerPoint presentations in order to make it engaging, and compelling. All right. Number one, I hope your pens and papers are ready. Ready. All right. Don't put more than 1 point on a slide, right? Don't put more than 1 point on a slide. We are still on getting the buyer's confidence. The buyer's confidence doesn't mean only the exchange of a sale, right, that you are doing. It also means the getting business partners. All right. So don't put more than 1 point on a slide. Slides are free, leaders. Slides are free. The information that is there is for free, so make sure that you stick on one content on each slide. Add the unexpected or personal or funny photographs, right? You can grab a picture of you when you spilled a pie cup on your pie cup water or whatever, something fun, people that can laugh at, or you can add a poco pie, a cartoon that, or have like a short show, that you find funny or that you found funny on when you were preparing or on the internet or whatever. That way you are helping to keep your audience engaged to you, because people, they get bored. All right. Make a verbal point and reinforce it with a slide, not the other way around. A lot of people, they would put up a slide and then they would make a verbal point on that. It is okay to make a verbal point and then you reinforce it with a slide. For an example, I'm going to be talking about the importance of a maintenance bonus, right? I'm talking about the importance of maintenance bonus. A maintenance bonus, it unlocks your leadership bonus. A maintenance bonus, it unlocks your performance bonus. A maintenance bonus, it is a bonus that you get for free, and you get 4.5% of it, when you maintain and your team maintains. Come, let me show you the slide. Then you pop up the slide that is going to show, because a lot of people, a lot of people, they get discouraged when it comes to figures and numbers and all of that. But now that you've given the benefits and you've showed them or shared with them verbally how easy it is to actually earn this free bonus, then you pull up your slide. Look, this is you. This is you. You are showing them this is you, right? And these are your people. Do you know that you can earn endlessly up to generation 15 or whatever generation, on the maintenance bonus? That way you are getting your audience involved, and keeping them excited, wanting you to say more. And then also, don't ever say this one is a little hard to read, right? Don't ever say such things when you are presenting a slide. That shows that you are not confident, or you don't know what you are bringing about to your audience, right? It just shows that you lack confidence. You don't know exactly what you are bringing to the audience, all right? So you never have, or if you have prepared a PowerPoint yourself, it can never be difficult for you to read it. Can you see why I said it's important for you to prepare your own slides, right? Your own PowerPoint slides. It's for reasons like this. And then also, don't have your slides spin around or having sliding type. It's a total waste of time, right? I've seen people doing slideshows, the people lose focus. When you are talking on a one point that is on your slide, stick to that one point, and then you finish it. Sorry, I just got distracted. Now a call came in. All right, and then also count the laughs. At least one laugh per 5 slides. Break the ice. Call someone to the front to do something, on the jokes that you have prepared. And then also use a white background. The fancy ones are distracting and serve no purpose. The colors for business is black on white. So when you are doing a PowerPoint presentation on your slides, always try to stick to the white color. Not only it brightens up your slide, but it also looks professional. All right. And then also use a logo, a personal logo on your slides, right? This will also help you identify yourself with your work, right? Before it helps the people that you are presenting you identify. Like, for an example, if you've got your own personal logo on your slides and you've done a presentation, it is easier for someone when they are surfing something on the net. When they come to your logo, they quickly it quickly sends them back to you. They quickly remember you, right? Even though they were not going to do the business, or they were still thinking, but it helps them to also make the decision. Because when you're putting your logo, your brand up there, you're actually saying, this is something else. This is what else that I'm doing. Obviously, we're posting something. We're posting great things. We're posting things that attract people into our business. So that also helps to people to connect you, with the great things, and to actually increase the appetite of them wanting to associate themselves with you. All right, and then also, you use the typeface impact. Sorry, you use the typeface impact. Set the master screen for like the shadow, or for 44 point, and shadow the type, right? And then you also need to emphasize words by blowing them up a few point sizes. Make them a different color. Like, if you're going to be talking about I can't think of an example now, but if you're going to be talking about performance bonus, for an example, or let's say our structure, if you're going to be talking about performance bonus in our structure, you can have a diagram that's going to show your the actual structure, right? And then when you are starting to show how the person ends, right, how they end from your immediate downline, bringing the other 3 people, then you start having it in the different color, right? You start having it in a different color, because you want to show them that this is where their money lies. This is where their money lies. It lies on them bringing the 3 people. So you start having it in a different color. All right. That also helps for them to understand your slides easier, because they can say, okay, person number 1, it was me. Now I brought my 3 people. Now the 3 people that are following, that have been brought by my downline or by my success line, I still benefit from them, even though they were not brought by me, and you start showing them in a different color that, okay, person leg 1 or person in red has brought the 3 people in red. They were not brought by you, but then you are also benefiting from them. All right. And then also, if you're laboring over one slide that you are trying to make work, delete it. It was probably a weak point anyway. So if you get to a slide when you're doing a presentation that you feel that it doesn't add much value, to your clients, or to your prospect, and also this is now for me, right? I know our presentations, we are always mixed with current members, people that just joined, and people that we want to to welcome onto our new business. All right, stay away from explaining too much about the structure, because you are giving, imagine this, you are giving so much information to this new person that you want to bring on board, but you are talking, you collect the 16 pvs, like you're already using the jargon. All right, this is what I always advise, right? Try to have trainings for the existing members, and always try to keep it simple for the people that you are trying to bring onto the business, because people switch off, right? People switch off. You keep it simple for them, and then it's also a buying signal after the presentation when they are coming to you. When they are coming to you to ask you, I missed you when you were saying 1, 2, 3. How does this actually work? Then you can explain to them in depth, because now they are interested. That is why a lot of people that are also in the business currently for long, they don't know what they are doing. It's not because they are lacking the appetite of wanting to know, or they are lacking the knowledge, but it's because they are being bombarded with information that is too much to grasp. All right. Trainings are power. Trainings, they help people, but we need to always unpack. We need to always unpack. And this is also something that we need to do on our WhatsApp groups. Volunteer. I said to actually to my leaders, I just asked them randomly. uh, I would say a name in the group, and then I'd say, so and so, do you understand, or which bonus do you like the most? Then they would say, yo, which one I like the most? I think I'm comfortable with performance bonus. Then I'd say, okay, fine, go ahead, train more, read more on performance bonus, and then you come back and share with us just randomly, because when you are explaining the five different types of bonuses at one go, it's not easy to grasp all the information at once. We've got bonuses, we've got project knowledge, we've got a whole of all other things that we need to grasp. All right, so try and keep it simple. All right, and then also you use your slides that tell a story, sorry, rather than relate a fact. Use slides that tell a story rather than slides that relate a fact. The stories they are more powerful, right? The stories, they are most powerful part of the sale. It's easier for people to remember stories than to remember the facts. Say power or value. If I'm adding value to you right now, on the comment box, say power or value if I'm adding value onto you right now. So when you are having slides that are telling stories, when you are telling the business in the form of a story, people, they like stories, and it's easier to remember. And this is stuff that I would always do when I did my presentations before COVID. I would always say something like, okay, this is me now explaining how you get paid or on a weak leg than on a stronger leg. And then I would make an example about me. All right. Hi, Mama Zozo. Welcome. Great to see you. I will make an example about me. I would say something like, yeah, when I joined the business, and the first thing that I did, I added my husband, I added my child, and I added my friend or a colleague or whatever, right? And then I would say to them, now imagine this was you. Now you've got your fourth person. Where are you going to add your fourth person? And the whole room would say, obviously husband, or the child. And then I say, okay, fine. I add my fourth person. I write the under husband, number 4. And then I said, okay, when right now I'm getting my fifth and my sixth person. Where do I add my fifth and my sixth person? And then they would say, obviously, you're going to add onto your child and onto your husband. Then I add onto my husband or child or whatever, right? And then I show them, and then I would say, do you know that I won't get paid for these people? Haibo, why? Why won't you paid? Because this is my strong leg, right? And then I would say, this is my strong leg. Longrich is interested in empowering people, not people that are running the business by the face, but people that are running their structure. People that are running their structure. Longrich pays on the balancing of legs. Longrich pays on your weaker leg. Can you see? Can you see how I've told a story, how I've created or how I've popped up a slide that was telling that, a fact that I wanted to emphasize, but I shared that by telling a story. They will never forget that, because when they are putting, say they join the business, when they are placing their people, they're going to say, I can't place only all of them on husband. Let me balance my legs because this is how I earn. Right? So that is what we mean by saying, tell a story, share, your experiences. And I will share with them, that is exactly what I did. I placed people on my husband's leg and it became a strong leg and I didn't benefit. That's when I stopped running the business by the face, but I looked at my legs. All right. Say value if I'm adding value onto you right now on the comment box. All right. And then also, your slides, are they descriptive? Are they engaging? Your slides, there are two kinds of slides. It's engaging and disengaging. So you need to make your slides fun. You need to make your slides inviting. You need to make your slides attractive. This is something that I also learned in school, like way back, when we would do our presentation. I remembered I used to like to put my points in a bubble, right? I used to like to put my points in a bubble. Like, for instance, if I may quickly show you what I mean. Let's say now this is my board or my whiteboard, and then I'm going to talk about the benefits of maintenance, right? And then I'd say I have, and then I'll have like that, and then I'll have my benefit 1, and then I'll have my benefit 2, and then my most important benefit, I'll have it on a bigger bubble. Because when you're doing something on a point system, people get to tend they get to be bored. You need to make your slides fun, stuff that they can remember, even though as much as you want them to remember the content or the information inside. But when you are doing it like that, it's keeping them excited, or you make it, you can even make them in a form of a toothpaste, or in a form of an alkaline cup, or a pie cup, or anything of our product, that we have. Then that way you're keeping them interested, you're keeping them wanting to know more. And then also, one other one, the slides that you have, right? Remember, we said you need to engage people, you need to involve them, right? We actually focusing on that today. So are your slides asking questions or making statements? Right? Because when you are asking questions, this will promote your conversations. This will promote your conversations and engage people. Statements, they are unproven. They are unproven and unsubstantiated. When you unsubstantiated claims when you're giving the statements. Because remember, you are giving a presentation to someone that maybe doesn't even know you, maybe someone that has never met you from above soul, someone that just met me on the street and said, and I told them there's a presentation, and then they are coming. So the facts, you want to avoid uh, where a situation where a people still needs to go after, still needs to go and check, was it true, or were they saying something true, with what they said. So when you are presenting, avoid statements. Try come with questions. Your slides must give questions. Even if you have said a statement that Longrich owns more than 20 universities, for instance, then you start popping up a leader so and so that qualified for a scholarship in China, that went there, that's one of our universities. You having all 20 of them there, or not, or having 20, or having the pictures of the universities. It's so not irrelevant, but it's not exciting to the person that you're trying to bring onto the business. People want real stories, and people want to be told real stories by real people, right? So hence I always say, those who know me are always I always emphasize on celebrating the achievement, even if it's 200 rands. It's your 200 rands. Remember, we are talking to a large audience. Remember, we are talking to different people. Who are you trying to attract to the business? That's why you find that the people that think they know don't last in these kind of businesses. The people that think they know, they don't last in this kind of businesses, because they are always trying to chase where the ground seems fertile. The people that last is people that started from the ground with nothing. People that are going to appreciate 100 rand, people that are going to appreciate 200 rands, people that are going to appreciate 300 rands, people because they are seeing the growth, right? It's even when things are shaking in your business, it's easier for you to say, but no, I'm not measuring my growth by the company, right? Or whatever, by so and so that's leaving the business, or whatever. I'm measuring my business by myself. How much have I grown? What have I gained? Right? Am I still earning the 50 rand that I used to earn? No, right? I've improved. I'm earning 70 rands, right? That's how you measure. And when I promise you, I'm even closing my eyes when I talk about this, because it's something that I'm really passionate about. Growth is not measured by the luxury things that you can afford. Success is not measured by those things. What kind of a person have you become, while you're doing the business? What aspects, have added value into your being, while you're doing this business? And that way you will remain humble. And when things turn around, when the table turns, it will be like you are being, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Like your room will be too small to contain the gold that will be coming towards you, because you have stayed, you have persevered, you've been consistent, you've been humble. No hard work goes unnoticed. All right, my leaders. And then one more. How many of your claims you make in your sales presentation are your PowerPoint slides backed up with proof? It's exactly what I was saying. When you are talking about the universities, the scholarship, when you are talking about that, are you attaching SD so and so, or whoever that has qualified, with their picture sharing? When you're talking of 300,000, remember we said, don't always look to take the shine. Maybe you are not there yet. You haven't qualified for the 300,000. How much more people are you going to reach out to? How much more people that you're going to reach out to when you are saying, I haven't qualified for the 300,000, but I've qualified for the five. I'm on my way there. People can immediately see that this is the journey. This is a journey worth doing. This is a journey worth traveling. This is a journey worth, worth your humbleness, worth your hard work, worth your dedication. This is the business that is worth doing. Look at her. She used to carry bags. That's me, by the way, that I'm talking about. She used to carry plastics alone in the streets presenting. But look at her now. She's doing on a live network TV. Do you understand what I'm saying? And people will understand that in order for you to get the 300,000, you need to start at the bottom, because it comes with so much value. There's something that I want to actually read, that I came across when I was doing my preparing. for this presentation, and I want you leaders to please remember this always. To please remember this always. We're almost finished. We're almost finished, but I want to take you through this. I hope you're enjoying. Type you are enjoying it if you are enjoying this sales training, if it's adding value. Listen to this. This is powerful. This is powerful. It says, and I think this is my closing. I know we still have 5 minutes, but I'm gonna say this. If there's someone that would like to ask any question, please feel free. Listen to this. That which we obtain too easily, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only which gives everything its value. Heaven knows how to put a proper price on its goods. Amen. I will read it again. That which we obtain too easily, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only which gives everything its value. Heaven knows how to put a proper price on its goods. Never, never forget this quote. Never, never, never forget. This is a quote by Thomas Paine. That which we obtain too easily, we esteem too lightly. So enjoy your journey, leaders. Enjoy your journey. It is yours. If one day you are looking to write the book will be thick and will have so much value because of the journey that you have walked. I thank you all so much. For those who don't know me, my name is Zipono Gambula, a stockist in Longrich, all the way from the Eastern Cape, and I am a sales training coach on the network, Longrich Network TV. Thank you so, so much for your time. God bless you. I trust you have enjoyed the training, and I trust that you will put everything and anything that you have learned here onto practice. Peace out. Mwah. Love you, leaders. Don't forget to ask me those questions. I love them. I love them so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.